Should people be afraid of Zoran Mamdani?
I don't know if afraid's the right word. It depends on what your status in life is. So if you are a homeowner in New York City, the value of your home is going to go down.
Yeah.
Substantially.
And why? Why is that?
Because people are going to leave.
Yeah.
And
because he's going to raise taxes on the rich, and the rich are going to say, yeah, we're going to go down to Palm Beach.
New York is never an easy place to live. 8.5 million people crammed into 5 boroughs. And people go there for opportunity. They go there to prosper. And that's why there are so many immigrants to New York, because you can make a living fairly quickly there and work your way up. But if the government of the city and state is going to take 25% of your money away from you, people are going to leave. That's how simple it is. And I'm not even factoring in public safety, because nobody can really predict that other than the cops don't like Zoran Mamdani. They don't want to work.
He said in 2020 the cops are anti-queer, they're racist. Everyone knows that. Hashtag defund the NYPD.
And he still wants to cut $1 billion out of the budget. And the NYPD is 10,000 down now. So I have family members living in Manhattan. And I said, your life's going to change, and not for the better. Security is going to be tough. You go out at night, you're going to have to go out in groups. You're not going to be able to walk around by yourself, even in the good neighborhoods. Because literally, a person can come up to you in New York City, punch you in the face, break your nose, take your stuff, and that person likely will not be prosecuted. That's anarchy.
Now, is it going to be that bad? I sort of feel like every 30 years or so, somebody, there's a socialist experiment. And they realize, shit, this is why it doesn't work. Okay, and then you're done. Like David Dinkins had, socialist ties. Fiorello LaGuardia, had socialist ties. He was a Republican, but when he was losing, right? But it never really goes anywhere. And as far as Mamdani goes, how much power does he have? Like, does he have executive orders, to the extent that Donald Trump has used them nationally? Can he just, decide outright on these things, like free grocery stores in every borough and rent stabilization, and which will of course drive the quality of your buildings down and the price of your buildings down, and all these things that he's promising?
Well, here's what's going to happen. Mamdani is constrained by Albany, but Albany is a radical left governance body right now. But the governor, Hochul, is up for re-election next year. And she knows that if she approves a tax rise, that she'll lose, because New York is the highest tax people, even worse than California.
So Mamdani wants to raise taxes by 2% on people making $1 million or more.
He needs Albany's approval.
He needs Albany's approval, right. So that he probably won't get that.
He may get it. They might be able to override Hochul's veto because they are radical leftists. But here's where you're going to get it. Mamdani has the power to tax parking garages. What the city has done now is they actually steal money if you have a car from you, because they artificially deflated the speed limit, 20, 25 miles an hour. Nobody can go 20, 25 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they have cameras everywhere. So if you go 33, you got to pay $250 to the city, which will soon be $400 under Mamdani. So everything that you do, everything, go to a Broadway show, go to a game, go to a restaurant, there's going to be a tax levy on you. And so the money's going to fly out of your wallet into the city, and then it'll be redistributed to the Mamdani voters. That's what socialism is.